Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind Podcast. Today's podcast episode number 5. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers. Today's Wednesday, and it's Motivation and Inspiration Day. So, today is the first letter of the alphabet, the letter A, and we're going to talk about taking action to get ourselves going, and act is the word. And we're going to use that as an acronym. Action changes things. So if you get yourself going, things will start to change for you. Now, the biggest difference between people who say what they're going to do and the ones who actually do it is the fact that they take action. And you have to be willing to back up what you're saying. And you have to start doing the work to achieve the success. Now, too many people these days will talk about what they want to do or what they wish they can do, but they never start at all. I have known people who have said that they're going to do certain things for the longest time and they've never done it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. I'll do it next year. Yeah, I have plenty of those in 2020 who said the year was so bad that they've already, packed it up for the year and they're going to wait till 2021. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, people who say that they're going to do it next year, well, they're probably going to do it next year and the year after that. It becomes a bad habit of not following up on what you say you're going to do. I know for me, last year I made a really solid decision that I was going to leave the confines of the East Coast in New York and move to the West Coast, and I wanted warmer weather and to live a better life, live comfortably, and be financially stable. And I made it happen. I'm not sitting here trying to toot my own horn. I'm trying to tell you that, when you take action, it shows that, mentally you are willing to do more than just talking about it. And if you find yourself constantly saying what you're going to do as far as your goals and never getting to it, or you're constantly making excuses, which I'm quite sure some of you are nodding your head saying, yeah, that's me. Well, congratulations. Welcome to being an adult and having to improve your time management skills, because that's the name of the game now. And that's how you change your life. We have 168 hours in a week. So what are you doing for all of those hours? How much of that are you allocating to binge watching Netflix and Hulu and wasting countless hours playing games on your phone or on your iPad or anything of that nature? How much of that time are you spending goofing around on your phone and not doing what you need to be doing, which is getting your goals accomplished? When I tell people all the time that it's time to think about the amount of time you waste each day, a lot of people don't want to do that. How much time do you spend engulfed in other people's lives on social media? How much time do you spend playing video games and being on technological devices? The question is are you ready to make the sacrifices necessary in order to strive for something that you love or want to do? That is the question. Because it's not easy at all. But you got to think about your life, and you got to think about what's important to you. And yes, we all have various responsibilities that we have to take care of. Some of us have kids, some of us don't. Some of us have car payments, some of us don't. Some of us have rent payments, some of us have mortgages. Some of us work 35 hours a week. Some work 40. Some work 50. Some work 60. But how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to get to where you want to be? We all talk about wanting to live comfortably and live a great life. You have the power and will to do it. But you got to take action. You got to move. You got to get your blood flow moving. If you're going to sit on your laptop or your computer, you got to be productive in utilizing that computer for that allotted time that you're on. And I'm the king of multitasking. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'll sit and listen to music and do stuff on my computer. I'll sit and have a basketball game on and still be doing work. That's just the name of the game for me now. So if I'm going to sit and watch pointless sports that's never going to really matter in the long run, except the fact that it's entertainment and it's you know your favorite athletes, well, at least I'm going to, do some work while I'm, watching a basketball game or a football game or whatever the case is. Look, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I do watch Hulu, okay? I do watch, TV shows and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean that I don't take the time to say, you know what, Mello, let's multitask a little bit and let's get some work done. Some easy work that, I can do while watching TV or whatever the case is. Now, when it's time for me to write a book, yeah, I turn off the TV. That's it. I have to go sit at my desk and I have to really sit and entrench myself and put on the right music and get to work. But the action is required. The action is going to change a whole lot of things. And when you start doing things day by day by day by day, you start realizing that you're getting to where you need to be. I'm not sitting here telling you work 3-4 hours every day after your job and after you've done everything that you've had to do. No. Some days you can work 30 minutes. Some days you're going to work an hour. Some days you're going to work 4 hours. It just all depends on what your life is, what your life situations is, and what has to be done as far as your adult responsibilities, because that's what I call it. And that's, once you get that stuff done, now it's time to really buckle down and say, okay, this is what I need to do. This is how I need to do it. Organize yourself. Write down to-do lists of what needs to be done for the day. I do it weekly, but you may need to do it day by day. It all depends. Write it in your notes in your phone. Write it down in a notebook. Whatever you're comfortable with, you got to do it. Because it's the only way you're going to continually work toward the goals that you need to work toward. You want to become an entrepreneur, you want to open a clothing line, you want to become a tax professional, you want to get into real estate. Whatever you need to do to get to where you need to be, you have to start. It's the only way. It's not easy. I never said it was. But anything worth having and anything that you're going to have longevity with, you've got to be able to take the necessary steps to, move toward what you need to move toward. Nothing is going to be a walk in Central Park on a hot summer day. It's just not going to be reality. You're going to have to walk through Central Park in New York City every single season, because that's the reality of getting to where you need to get goal-wise. And yes, I'm using Central Park as an analogy because New York City's weather changes every few months. So January, February, and March, yeah, you're going to freeze your butt off walking through Central Park. April, May, and June, it'll get a little bit warmer. July, August, September, it's going to be really nice and sunshine and great. And then October, November, December, yeah, the decline will happen, and then there will be colder weather again, and it's going to be rainy and crappy. But then again, that was the norm of, of New York City. But yeah, now, well, look, New York's probably the most inconsistent weather state in the United States right now, but that's another story. What I will say is that you have to, be willing to make those sacrifices. So yeah, that TV show that you love to watch live, well, guess what? You might have to watch it on Hulu. Or you may have to just record it and watch it later. Just so you can get your work done. We all need our downtime and our leisure time to do things that we like. Bike riding, running, gym, music, writing, whatever it is, great. Utilize that leisure time however you see fit. But you've got to make, certain decisions in your life to say, okay, this is what I have to do. For me, I know when I have to buckle down. I know when I'm goofing around. I know when I'm BSing myself. Because I'm not BSing anyone else but me. I can't lie to myself. I have to look in the mirror at myself every morning. There's a mirror that was put in my apartment. I walk in that bathroom looking at myself like, yep, you gotta do work today, brother. Yep, you gotta go to the gym today. You've missed 2 days. You're not missing the third. You gotta go. The gym's a 2-minute walk in my complex, so there's absolutely no reason why I don't go. So I can't make excuses for myself that much anymore. But these podcasts, I decided that I was going to do this 3 days a week. I'm going to stick to it until further notice. What I'm saying is, let's get to work, people. Okay, you let 2020 be a wash. Guess what? 2021, 2022, 2023. Nope. Let's go. It's time to push yourself to be great. No more excuses. If I spent 2020 saving money to move across the country and get an apartment together and still be able to start this podcast and redo content, and I've got a book coming out at the end of the month, hey, guess what? Sorry to bust your bubble. You got to have the willpower. That's all I'm saying. Let's get to work, people. Let's get it going this year. If you need help, go on my website, aquariummindrights.com. Hit me on the contact form, and I'll definitely get back to you. With that said, that's my podcast for today. Friday's book insight, Struggles and Growth of a Man, Part 1, the first book that I wrote 5 years ago. So be ready for that, because it's going to be a good one. Be good, everyone, and go accomplish your goals.